almost to the finish line here. As we can see, we're still got a little bit of work going on. So very proud of the school district. Very happy to serve on the board that can get something like this done, and looking forward to more good work.
Thank you so much. I don't have a lot to report. I just really want to echo the sentiments about the building. I just see that Director Stephanie Phillips just walked in, and I want to give her a big shout out right now because she not only has, taken us over the finish line with this building, but in the past 2 weeks, Deputy Superintendent Van Raphorst and I took some time off. I want to thank Ms. Baca for holding it together because we were moving in, and it's exciting to move in, but once everybody gets into their spot, there's lots that needs to be fixed, and I need this and I need that. So I want to thank you guys for holding it together, and this is just a beautiful space, and I'm thrilled to call this our new home. And yeah, I'm looking forward to welcoming the administrators back in a few weeks, and the students back in a couple of weeks after that. So, and just like that, summer's just about over. Thanks.
Thank you, Ms. Presta. Are there any board subcommittee reports? All right. And there is no local AFT representative here, so we'll move on to item number, just want to point out for item number 11A, Education Quarterly Report for 2023-2024, Williams UCP fourth quarter, and items 11B, 2024-2027, Summit Shasta Local Control and Accountability Plan. And moving on to agenda item number 12, consent agenda items. Is there anything that the board would like to remove from the consent agenda items?
No.
Could I have a motion to approve?
Move to approve consent agenda.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
And I'd like to take a minute to recognize our new vice president, Mr. William Brown. Congratulations. And if you'd like to come up and say a few words, the microphone is all yours. Vice principal. Vice president.
I'll take the vice president.
That too. Vice principal. Sorry.
You feel better. I only know this board as being in this building in ceremony. I really am grateful. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen of the board, Superintendent Presta, Dana. It's been an absolute pleasure working with you. And Superintendent, or Assistant Deputy Superintendent Baca, thank you. John, thank you so much for the opportunity to come here, be a member of the team, and try to do good work for this community. Looking forward to it.
And we are as well. Thank you, William.
Welcome.
Welcome aboard.
Welcome.
I'd like to take the opportunity to open it up to the board for any comments or questions.
Sure. I just wanted to say, I know we had a chance to meet you just a few minutes ago, but really just excited to have you as part of the Jefferson team, and really looking forward to seeing all the good work you're going to do with your colleagues there sitting to your right. Excited to have you.
I'm really excited to have you on the Jefferson team. I wish I could be there the first day of school because I think the students will be very excited to see this new team in place, and joining John and Mr. Vega as well. It's going to be fantastic. So you're going to have a great year. And yeah, I graduated from Jeff. I always want the best for it. Thank you.
Well, they say everything happens for a reason. So I think you wound up here for a good reason. Look forward to working with you. All right. Oops. Moving on. Is there any public comment? No public comment. All right. Moving on to discussion items. All right. Discussion item 14A1. Summit Shasta Annual Update to the Board of Education. Superintendent Tony Presta.
Hi, I would just like, come on up to the podium, Chelsea. I'm just very happy to welcome I think you're not called the principal.
The executive director.
Executive director of Summit Shasta High School, Chelsea Watts, who is going to be sharing a presentation with us. Welcome. No,
No, we got it.
We got it. We are high tech now, Chelsea.
This is incredible. There are windows.
There are windows.
Exactly.
So, like, I'm so happy. Hi,
Welcome.
folks. My name is Chelsea Watts. I am the executive director at Summit Shasta High School. This will be my 9th year at Summit Shasta. I started there as a teacher. Couple of fun facts. Formerly at Ingrid B. Lacey down in Pacifica, Tina hired me. And I taught Miss Salahuddin's children there. So deep roots in this community, and I love the district and love my school. Is that me? Yes. Amazing. So just a quick reminder of Summit's mission and vision. We seek to prepare every student to lead a fulfilled life, including purpose, financial independence, community, strong relationships, and health. We evolved this mission a few years ago, recognizing the changing context of our world and recognizing that we want to make sure that we can give our students what they need to succeed beyond high school. We do have an intentionally diverse community. It almost exactly mirrors the demographics of Daly City. And we want to empower those young people with the skills, knowledge, habits needed to attain economic empowerment, success in a chosen concrete next step to lead a fulfilled life. That's a huge mouthful, so let's get into the specifics of what we do at our schools. We do lead with these 6 core characteristics in mind: courage, compassion, curiosity, integrity, respect, and responsibility. We believe that everything that we do is driven by these 6 characteristics at every level. And so, of course, we expect these things of our young people as well as the adults working with them on campus. We have 4 main pillars in the Summit model that I think in many ways makes us unique. The first one is a mentorship program. One way to think about this is like an advisory or a homeroom on steroids, kind of. Students do meet one-to-one with a mentor weekly, and they do have a consistent mentor and mentor group across their 4 years of high school. It's become like little families. We are a project-based learning environment, and we try and seek opportunities for students to apply those skills and knowledge that they are learning in real-world scenarios. For example, our AP Environmental Science class does a project each year on measuring a phenomenon of their choice. And so we walk around the school and we see kids studying germs in the teacher bathrooms and the CO2 levels in classrooms. It's super fun. Another key component of our model is self-direction. We know that heading into college and any pathway after high school, students, young people have to guide their own journey. And so we do our best to teach those explicit self-direction skills in our curriculum. And finally, we have our expeditions program, which is, it covers our electives, but also provides opportunities for out of the classroom experiences, internships, real world experiences. And we'll see a couple of examples of those in just a few moments. All right, so this past year and heading into next year, we'll have 7 office and administrative staff, myself, 2 deans of culture and instruction, dean of operations, dean of expeditions, a special projects manager, and an office manager. We do have 21 full-time faculty members. This coming year, 2 of those teachers will be long-term substitutes covering vacancies for biology and physics. I'm sure we're all aware of the incredible teacher shortage right now. But we are excited to be working with these newer teachers who are also actively pursuing credentials. And this year we'll be welcoming, it looks like, one resident from our teacher residency program to Summit Shasta. We're excited that they're a Spanish teacher resident, which is rare, so can't wait to welcome them on. Our enrollment for this past year was 444. This coming year, we're anticipating 448. We'll see what summer attrition looks like. You can see that our 12th grade class is the smallest. This was from the past year, though, so heading into 2025, we did retain all of our 11th grade students. I'll give you a moment to take a look through the demographic data there. All right. This past year's goals, we had a goal around attendance that our school is full every day. We'll see ADA information, but just as a preview, we hit 95.1 at end of year this year. Our second goal is around academics, that all Black Bears engage in rigorous and differentiated curriculum. As you know, along with self-direction, we believe in personalization of curriculum, which includes teachers providing differentiated resources and workshops in class. We also, of course, focus on school culture, and so our goal there was that all Black Bears feel known, seen, loved, and a sense of belonging at Summit Shasta. We do a number of qualitative and quantitative surveys over the course of the year to gauge this, and we are proud that 90% of our students say that they have a trusted adult on campus. For this past year, there is a typo here. It should say class of 2027. Last year's ninth graders, 36 of those were siblings of current or former Shasta students, and 100% of our ninth graders came to us last year from within the district. That is also true for school year 25. One quick thing to note for our enrollment, we saw a sharp drop in the number of out-of-district applications and an increase in in-district applications for school year 25. You can see our ADA here, once again, 95.1 for the current year. Our goal for this year is to get back up to that 2019-2020 96.1. Ambitious, but I think we can do it. And then our college data. Now, while our mission and vision have both shifted away from college for all, we do want our students to have the opportunity and the right of first refusal. And so we are proud that for the class of 2024, 100% of our graduates received an acceptance to at least one four-year university. A couple of highlights there. If you know the Posse Foundation, 2 of our students this year received full rides from Posse to a couple of partner universities around the country. We had students accepted to every UC and every CSU, and then of course a number of private colleges. You can see a few of them there. Our Expeditions program is in its second year of what we call the redesign. That redesign has provided hundreds of different opportunities for students to choose both on and off campus experiences. This year we had 240 students in off-campus experiences, ranging from working at the VA hospital, working at a music studio, and becoming a rock band. Of course, the outdoor ed program that's so popular, with students in a ceramic studio, students building houses for Habitat for Humanity, all kinds of really fun stuff. And then, of course, we do offer some of the more traditional elective programs if a student so chooses. Preliminary SBAC results, it looks like these are actually firm now. 75.23 passing for ELA, 44.76 passing for math. This is a slight decrease from last year. It's a 2% decrease for ELA and a 4% decrease for math. And then you can see proficiency rates over time there. I know that's small. A few focus areas that we're thinking about, especially for this coming year, is how do we better prepare our diverse learners, our students with IEPs, and our MLL students to achieve at grade level. All right, and finally, goal metrics for next year. We'd like to decrease the number of chronically absent students by 20%. The state of California, of course, names it's like 15 days or fewer for chronically absent students. So our real work this year is getting parents on board with that philosophy. We'd like to increase our math SBAC scores by 15%, so up to about 60% this year, and increase ELA back up to 85%. I really appreciate your time. I'd love to open it up to any questions you may have.
Thank you, Chelsea. I appreciate the presentation. Let's open it up to the board for any comments or questions.
Sure. Thank you for the presentation. Very helpful to know what's been happening at JUHSD this past year. I do have a couple of questions for you. I appreciate what you said about the college acceptance rate and the way you've kind of reworked or I guess adjusted the way you're looking at that. I'm just curious, what is the matriculation rate based on that? Do you have that info?
That's a really good question. So we used to be a school that was push, push, push. Everyone goes to college no matter what. As we've shifted that and recognized there are lots of valid pathways, that is certainly true for us, but a number of our students and families actually still come to us with that college mindset. And so about 85% of our students go straight to a 4-year, and another 7 to 8% go to a 2-year.
Great, thank you. That was actually you answered my follow-up question was that. And then with regards to just some of the goals that you've set with the SBAC results, I mean, you said in metric 2, you want to increase your math SBAC scores by 15% in 1 year and 10% on ELA. That seems pretty aggressive.
It is.
What would you consider a realistic target? I mean, between us.
Yeah. We have made gains like that in the past, which is why I think that we can do it. If we raise our SBAC scores for math back up to 50%, I don't want to say I'll be happy, but I will be happier than I am right now.
Right. You'd be trending in the right direction.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Okay. Great. And lastly, my last question, what is your plan to close the gap between the students with IEPs and the regular student population? Because it is a pretty significant gap that you showed.
Yeah, specific around SBAC scores.
Yep.
Yeah, so at the end of the day, we have a support block class, and all students are there for it, but there's some element of choice into which classes they go into. And then we also have designated instruction time during that period of time. We'd like to include, essentially we're coming off of 0 test preparation at all for any of our students. And so we are going to embed some test preparation into that support block. That will be a tier 1 strategy for all students. And so we expect to see increases, not just for our diverse learners, but for all of our students. We also have a new Math 3 teacher who, to be honest, is just more bought into the vision and the integrated math curriculum that we use. So we're excited about the possibilities there.
Great. Thank you so much.
Of course. Hi.
Welcome.
Thank you.
It's really nice to see that you are definitely embedded in the community. And may I say, you don't come off like an administrator. So it's
Great.
very.
Yeah, the tattoos really.
No, it's not the tattoos. It's you have a connection to students, I think, and the families, and I can sense that just the way you're talking about them. So
means a lot.
it's really wonderful. So I'm curious. So you guys are redesigning the expeditions programs. Is that the one before where they would go on the field trip? I mean, they would go on the camping trip. Is that what that was, or?
Sadly, our camping trip
That's
is gone.
gone.
By the wayside. Also, our camp burned down.
Oh
Down
no!
in Santa Cruz.
And was
yeah.
that before the pandemic or right after?
It was right after. It was when
Okay.
all the fires were happening in Santa Cruz.
Okay. Okay.
It was a little bit of an issue of equity across
Yeah.
schools. Shasta was in a place where we could afford it.
Mm-hmm.
Other schools were not.
I see.
However, we do still take 100% of our students on at least 3 different college visits, and they visit 4 colleges freshman year, 4 sophomore year, and then about 6 junior year.
Oh, great.
So do still have some of an overnight component.
Yeah. So how did you come up with these different programs that you, so the students can choose any expedition option. And is that for the semester or?
Yeah, great question.
Okay.
They are year-long experiences.
Oh, okay.
And students have the option of choosing 1 or 2, depending upon the type of experience that they're looking at. So something like Habitat for Humanity is a day-long experience. And so they are there, they stay there, and that is their only experience for the year. The reason that we underwent this redesign is because we want students to have as many opportunities to explore their interests as possible, and ideally get a little bit of real-world experiences. We are very fortunate in that we've been able to partner with a number of
Yeah, I can see that.
And we also, to be honest, just reprioritize some of our spending to be able to make this program take off.
Great. Well, it seems very robust and something students can really be really excited about, having options like that. Yeah. Okay. And do you really have an issue with attendance?
Yeah, so
Your numbers are pretty high.
yeah, the overall numbers are high, but according to the state of California's benchmarks for what a tier 2 and a tier 3 student is, we fall below that.
Oh, okay. Okay. All right. Well, thank you. I'm looking forward to getting more updates from you.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Thank you, Andy. Rosie, I did have questions, but through their questions, you answered my questions. So I no longer have questions. But I was gonna say tattoos can either be, inviting or intimidating. I cover mine up because I look intimidating.
Oh, gotcha.
Yours look inviting. So
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, folks. Really nice to see all of you.
Ms. Presta, any questions, comments?
I just want to thank you for coming, Chelsea. Yeah. It's all good. It all worked out, and you got to come into our beautiful new boardroom. So thank you.
All right, moving on to item 14A2, coalition letter advocating for educational equality in civics conferences. Ms. Tony Presta.
Thank you. So we were expecting Bethany Zhao to be here, but she's not here. So I'm going to kind of wing it a little bit for her. She is going, I think, to be a senior at Oceana next year. And Bethany is very civically engaged, if that's a correct phrase. And she came to us a couple of months ago asking the board to sign on to a letter that she had written. I believe that letter she wrote to Girls and Boys State. But she's now asking that the board sign on to a letter to elected officials strongly urging them to repeal the American Legion's Title IX exemption from sex discrimination and take other steps as necessary to champion equality for future leaders for girls. So you have the letter in your packet, and I just was asking you for direction if you'd like to direct me to sign on to Bethany's letter.
Yeah, I would encourage that to happen. Tony, Rosie, Andy. Rosie?
I completely agree. I mean, the fact that it is one of our students who's leading this effort, I think we should fully support the work that she's doing, in addition to the fact that, I mean, when we're talking about inequities, this is a significant inequity.
I agree. Yeah.
It's good work. I agree.
Yeah.
I agree. I wish our other two board members were here so it'd be, unanimous, but it's not a vote. It's just direction.
Correct.
I think we were all in agreement.
Wonderful.
The last time.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
All right, moving on to item 14B1, revised ethnic studies course proposal. Deputy Superintendent Baca.
Good evening, Vice President Gallegos. Good evening, members of the board. This evening, you will find a revised course of study for ethnic studies, which is attached in the agenda. The content and the units remain the same as the one approved in February of 2023, with the exception of the words Zion, Zionist, and anti-Zionism being removed from the document. This item is up for discussion this evening and will be presented again for action during the next board meeting. Thank you.
Would anybody like to comment or discuss?
I think that's a wise thing that we're doing. So I thank you for the efforts of your team and Dr. Robinson to make the appropriate adjustments with the curriculum.
Thank you.
I agree.
Long overdue. Yeah, let's get it rolling. Thank you, Ms. Baca.
Thank you.
All right, moving on to action items. Let's see here. Items 15A1, variable term waiver, Xiaolong Leng. Who's got that one? Oh, Ms. Dana Lujan.
Good evening, everyone. My first item this evening is a variable term waiver for Xiaolong. He is our new vice principal at Oceana High School. He does not currently hold an administrative credential. He has already passed a good portion of the exams to receive his administrative credential and is also enrolled in an administrative credential program if he's not successful in the last portion of the exams that he needs to take. So he is anticipated to have his preliminary administrative credential by the end of this school year. And I welcome any questions.
Any questions? Do I have a motion to approve the variable term waiver application for 2024-2025 school year, waiving the preparation program requirement?
So moved.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
All right, items 15A2, job description update for career technical education teacher on special assignment. Again, Director of Human Resources, Ms. Dana Lujan.
Good evening again. My next item this evening is a job description update. It's a very small job description update. It updates the administrator that this teacher on special assignment reports to, because we have a new director of communications, CTE, and staff housing. So we want to ensure that this person reports to them. And we also caught a spelling error that we thought we should fix.
Thank you, Dana. Any questions?
Nope. Move to approve.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
All right, item 15A3, salary schedule revision for administrators, Ms. Dana Lujan.
Thank you. My last item this evening is a small adjustment to the salary schedule for administrators. It changes, so our current salary schedule for administrators goes 1, 2, 4, and then 9. What we'd like to do is change step 9 into step 5 to encourage people to stay and recognize when people stay with us several years in a row.
I think that's a wise move. Thank you, Dana. Any questions?
No questions.
Motion to approve the updated salary schedules for administrators.
So moved.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Thank you.
Are there any considerations of future agenda items?
None.
All right. Can I have a motion to adjourn?
Move to adjourn the very first board meeting at 123 Edgemont Drive.
Okay, well, whose times, we got times going here? No, I'll prolong this if, no, so, yeah, second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. Thank you, everybody. Oh, meeting adjourned.
Well.